to Mob Hop Sports. This is Grandy. This first time here, welcome. Thank you for checking out the channel, checking out this video. You guys returning, welcome back, guys. Hopefully everybody had a great weekend. Sorry, super busy here. If you guys didn't know, I was actually at the Denver Card Show. That's pretty much what this video is about. I'll talk about that in a second, but it's been super busy, man, and I just got back into the grind of listing everything on the eBay stores. Links in the description, both the eBay stores. Make sure you guys check it out. Feel free to check it out. Feel free to make an offer, guys. So over the weekend, I was actually responding to a ton of offers through the eBay store, so a lot of orders, which is great. Good problem to have. After the show, I came back home and I was just shipping stuff. I was packaging, shipping orders from the eBay store. So super fun, super long weekend, but it was definitely worth it. So let's get into it, guys. Denver Card Show. How was it? It was April 2025. Guys, it's one of those things where, I'm right in regards to that. Not very rare, according to my wife. I'm not right very often. But as I mentioned, with the economy, with the shit that's kind of going on, people are into sports cards. It's crazy, guys. I'm telling you, with the way, the workforce is going, layoffs, whatever, it didn't matter. I'm telling you guys, the attendance at the Denver Card Show was utterly amazing. Friday night, who would have thought, right? It's, Friday, blizzard was here in Denver, Colorado, yet the place was packed. People couldn't even move. Same thing on Saturday. This is Easter weekend. Keep in mind, guys, Saturday was wall-to-wall people, unbelievable attendance. Sunday, I thought Sunday was like, Easter. It wasn't going to be super busy. I was once again proven wrong in that sense. It was super busy on Sunday, obviously. I thought it was just going to be vendor-to-vendor action. It really wasn't, guys. You'd be really surprised how much, I guess you can say, transactions happened throughout the entire weekend. So, all in all, definitely a great weekend. In regards to sports cards, sales, flipping, buying. So I was doing a lot of both. I was doing a lot of sales, a lot of buying. People were coming up to me and looking to move their cards and everything. So it was a great weekend. I need to restock on inventory once again for the next card show. I think the next Denver Card Show will be in June. So if you guys are in the area, make sure you stop by in June. And then I believe I might actually do there's a smaller card show here in the local Denver area. I may check it out. I don't know yet. It's the end of May. It's at the Dave & Buster. So I'll see if I have time to squeeze that one in, if we do or not. So I'll let you guys know on that end. But all in all, guys, if you guys are wondering, is people just walking around? Are they actually buying? They are actually buying. This was the thing. This is what I always tell you guys when you guys go to card shows. Know your location. Know the difference of the card show and what people are looking for. So I'm in the Denver area. So what's going to happen is I move a lot of Denver Broncos stuff. I move a lot of Denver Nuggets stuff, guys. So the stars of those teams, you will most likely have an interest in that, an increased interest in that. So know your location. If I was in Iowa, as I mentioned to you guys in previous videos, I make sure my inventory reflects that. I have a lot of Iowa Hawkeyes, Iowa State Cyclones, a lot of Midwest teams, things like that. So, because you're going to get more interest in those sets. So it by far pretty much proved my point. I couldn't hold any Bo Nix stuff today, this past weekend, guys. Bo Nix stuff was flying off. I pretty much sold a lot of Joker stuff, and who else did I? And then a lot of some vintage Denver Broncos stuff. So I moved a lot of that stuff. But other than that, I couldn't hold any Bo Nix. So it figures much when I stocked up on a lot of Bo Nix, which was a good thing on that end. Also, one other thing to definitely know is know your customer base. So in Iowa, what I felt like, I could be wrong, but you guys let me know if you guys have noticed this, if you've been to both shows or just, your location or whatever. I noticed that in Iowa, I felt like a lot of the people who were buying stuff were two camps, okay? I felt like the number one camp was a lot of collectors, people who wanted stuff. They weren't really going to negotiate as much with me. They just wanted specific players, cars, because they wanted to collect that. They weren't even looking to flip. So that was the thing about Iowa, is that a lot of people were purchasing at the card show, were purchasing things to keep, hold, PC, players. They like cards that were super cool. They were not looking to flip. So that was a cool thing about that. Then the second portion of the type of people who were buying in Iowa, I felt like were whatnot people, tons and tons of whatnot people. I probably had multiple transactions in Iowa with a lot of whatnotters. So I don't know if they're just located in the Midwest, whatever the case is. I just felt that way at that show. That was early. That was a couple months ago. Denver Card Show, what I felt like was a lot of more flippers or resellers. So it's not a bad thing, not a good thing. I'm not knocking on anything. I'm just noticing a trend. So the Denver Card Show, what I've noticed that a lot of people are like, hey, do you have margin? Do you have room? I know a lot of people hate that. I don't care, man. If I do have room, I'm gonna give you the room. You know, people hate that and they get annoyed. Oh, I need room, man. I don't give a shit, man. Hey, you know, everybody's in this I'm in this to make a living out of it and flip whatever card. So I understand the whole notion of I need room. I need, you know, blah, blah, blah off of comps. Okay, I totally understand that. But primarily the people who were buying in Denver, I definitely felt like they were looking to resell something, flip something, package something to resell. There weren't as much, I mean, there was a few, obviously. I did do a lot of people who were just collecting or want a specific card. But I would say primarily a majority of the people who were buying in the Denver area, at least from my viewpoint and my experience, was a lot of people who were looking to probably move or resell the things. I did more vendor transactions here in the Denver area than I did in Iowa. So a lot of Iowa, I didn't really do too much vendor-to-vendor action. It was a few, but not as much. Denver, there was a lot more vendors who came to buy my stuff to put in their showcase. So, I mean, that is a good thing in my eyes. That means I have stuff that not only consumers and buyers want, vendors want. So that's when you kind of know you're doing something right. So when you're doing these card shows, you have to kind of fine tune your niche if you're going to do specific things, specific vintage or modern or slabs or raw or things like that, is knowing what people are wanting, hopefully in your region or at that specific show. I'm still working on it. I still have a lot of inventory that was probably just kind of stagnant that I thought was going to sell but didn't sell. But there's also other things that, I was spot on. I knew it was going to move, and it did move. So you have to know what's liquid. You have to know what stuff, certain shows that people are going to be looking for or what they're wanting. So I really, when you're doing a card show, if you're looking to do a card show, or if you've done card show, if you're like, how can I be more successful, is knowing your audience. That's the biggest key, guys. Knowing your audience and trying to get your inventory to reflect what that audience is going to be looking for. Don't always bring inventory that you think is going to sell. You have to know the audience, what they're looking for, what they're going to want to buy. So that's the biggest thing, is that sometimes I notice a lot of vendors or sellers are going to these shows or doing these shows, bringing stuff that they want to sell or they think is going to sell. It's not always the case, guys. So just to let you guys know on that. Another thing what I've noticed about the card show here in Denver, I feel like they weren't doing as massive bulk purchases. So in Iowa, as I mentioned, a lot of people came up and were buying a whole 10 to 20 cards from me at a time. Denver, I felt like the most I sold, maybe a package deal or whatever, was maybe about 8 cards or so like that. So it wasn't super crazy. So people weren't looking to do, they were buying more singles than anything, or singles or 2 or 3, one, whatever it is. So they weren't really buying a bulk variety to whether they're going to resell or whatever the case is. It's interesting to know. So now I kind of know that I feel like singles do better here in Denver than it does in Iowa. Iowa people are always looking for the bulk deal. So it's kind of like I just said, who knows? It could change in the next card shows coming up here in the next couple months. But that's what I've noticed currently. Also, a lot of people are like, well, people aren't going to buy wax. Boy, was I wrong. People are buying wax left and right. They still want to rip and open. As I mentioned, man, as the economy is just kind of, we don't know where it's going to be. It's going to be good or bad in 2025. People are still looking to, I hate to say it, in a way, to gamble. I mean, they're trying to look for value, trying to look for things that they can do in regards to, making money, whether it's opening up boxes, lottery ticket type deal or whatever, or they're looking to buy stuff and flip. So I've definitely noticed that tremendously, that people can do that. What I did notice in Denver was there wasn't that many whatnotters. I maybe ran into 2 or 3, a handful at best, of people who are looking to buy to resell a whatnot. So I expected to see more. Didn't happen because I brought the same expectation from the Iowa show to here, and it's just a little bit different, guys. So, and then one other big thing, guys, I am pretty darn sure if you're in the Chicago area or whatever, make sure you guys go to Nationals. I did a lot of deals with people who are also going to be taking stuff to the Nationals, whether they're getting a table, whether they're just taking it to the Nationals to resell or make deals, things like that. I spoke with a lot of people saying they can't wait for the Nationals. They're going to the Nationals, things like that. So I wish I could. My schedule doesn't allow me with the kids and everything. Hopefully in the next couple of years as the kids are getting older, I'll be able to take a weekend trip to do a national, whether I'm going to be a dealer or just attend. I don't know yet. I'll let you guys know when and if that ever happens. Hopefully sooner than later, guys, on that end. But I have high expectations that I think the Nationals is going to be a banger, guys. You guys are going to start seeing that quite a bit. I think in-person card shows, at least in 2025, is going to continue to see a huge attendance increase. Whether small, big, it doesn't matter. And I had a feeling this was going to happen. Now, will this continue? The trend, will it continue through next year? Who knows? I know the Denver Car Show is looking to expand. I'm sure by the end of this year or beginning of next year, guys, you guys are going to see multiple increases of vendors there. I think you're just going to see it getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It could be a national show here pretty darn soon. So who knows on that, guys. So it's getting really good on that. I'm super excited to see. So shout out to John and the Denver Car Show people for putting on a great show. It was an amazing show. The only gripe, so this is the gripes I hear quite a bit from people. Vendors were griping about the cost of the tables. It went up. It was a new location for the Denver scene, and you have to understand it is what it is. Inflation, new spot, larger spot, new things. There's going to be a price increase. I didn't like it. Nobody likes to pay a little extra. But you're hoping that you can compensate in regards to the amount of transaction if it increases. I felt like it definitely did increase. It was a good show. Was it worth it? For sure. I think it was definitely worth it. I understand the rise in costs. I understand also dealers don't like that. But, that's part of doing business, guys. We have to understand that. Obviously, with the new things that are going on with our economy, supply, demand, everything's going to be going up, guys. So we have to deal with it. So there you guys go. And I think you're going to see an increase on prices on cards and things like that and collectibles. I really do. You're going to have to just deal with it. It is what it is on that. Other than that, if you guys are wondering what was the hottest items, I felt like football was king. I probably had a good 40% football, 40% of basketball inventory, and then the rest was either MMA or baseball. So my baseball stuff, I don't have a tremendous amount, but the stuff I had moved really, really well. So that was a good thing. Basketball did okay. Didn't do as good as I wanted to. The one thing that you'll notice is Victor Wembanyama didn't move as well, surprisingly. I did sell a few of his, but I think it's a good time to buy for him. If you're looking to buy Victor Wembanyama, he's going to be back next year. A lot of people are down on him with the injury and all that stuff. I'm telling you guys, his prices has gone down. His demand has gone down. So could be also the increase of supply. Who knows on that end? So didn't see an increase of interest in him purchasing. Basketball-wise, typical stars was moving. Everything from, like I said, Steph Curry. I moved quite a bit of like Shea. Some Jason Tatums, and then obviously Joker and Jamal Murray, and move a bunch of their cards. Football-wise, I'll tell you this right now, everybody and their mama was looking for Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams, Bo Nix. Those were the 3 hottest items I felt like I moved tremendously the most about. Everybody else was good. Drake May, I would say Marvin Harrison II, or, Malik Neighbors. All those rookies that previously moved decently. Old school guys moved really well for me too. So when I say old school guys, I'm talking about veterans, Hall of Famers. I have a lot of their autos, their numbered cards, national treasures, things like that. So those things moved pretty good for me. Same thing with basketball. Basketball, I felt like Hall of Famers moved pretty well for me also on that end. So there you guys go. Those were the stuff that people were definitely interested in. Football was king for me. But the number one thing I saw, that is bar none, is the hugest moneymaker if you're really into sports cards or any cards at all, Pokemon. Pokemon was king. I want to say there's like 60 to 65, maybe even 70% dealers of all Pokemon stuff there. The rest in sports cards. This was good for me and my partners, or the people who were next to me, because there wasn't as many sports cards as you think, because everybody was doing Pokemon. Or majority, I felt like, was doing Pokemon. So that means all the people who were there for sports cards have, limited amount of vendors that they can go see. So that's good to me. So they came and looked at my stuff, and I'm happy with my location. My spot was great. Plenty of room, but like I said, it was still, elbow to elbow, but still, I felt like Pokemon is key. If you're looking to get into collectibles, to flip or whatever, I don't see a slowdown in that at all. I see a bunch of kids, a bunch of adults are getting into it. Me personally, everybody asks, why don't you just do Pokemon? Because I don't know that shit. I don't want to know it. It doesn't excite me. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna sell or flip something or be in an industry where I'm not happy and I like it. It is what it is, guys. So, because people keep telling me, like, you need to do Pokemon. I go, I don't need to do something I don't want to do. Simple as that, guys. But if you're looking just to do it, like I said, Pokemon is king. It was insane to see the people next to me who were doing Pokemon. It was just like non-stop action for them, transaction, whether selling or buying. So there you guys go. Take it for what it is on that end, guys. But other than that, state of the hobby, I feel like very healthy, gonna be healthy, at least through 2025. 2026, we don't know yet. We'll see towards the end of this year. I will keep you guys updated at every show I do, and let you guys know what the feeling is, how the industry is working. And I'll tell you guys right now, it doesn't matter, Fanatics, Topps, or Panini, it doesn't even matter. Everybody will, sports cards wise, everything move whatever they want. It's the players, it's a specific unique cards, things like that people are looking for. It's gonna move, guys. So make sure, this is the biggest thing, biggest tip I'll give to you guys. Make sure, find out what your audience is so you can tailor your inventory towards them. And I feel like you'll do the best possible, sales or weekend, whatever your card shows. There you guys go. Other than that, man, sorry this video is a little bit long, but I just want to give you guys a quick recap, let you guys know the state of the hobby. I'll do a couple more videos this week because I am home finally, and I'm going to be listing. I got to get back into the eBay grind, so make sure you guys, like I said, check out the shops, both shops, links in the description. Feel free to make an offer, guys. I appreciate you guys. You guys like this stuff, feel free to subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, all good, man. Still appreciate you guys checking out my channel, checking out the video. Other than that, go Steph Curry, go Warriors. They're looking beautiful right now. They won game 1. Hopefully they take game 2 from the Rockets, so we'll see on that. So I'm excited to see Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry. If you guys haven't seen some of the shots he makes, appreciate it now, man. You'll never see a guy like him again. He's one in ever. You'll never see a guy who can shoot the way he shoots. It's unbelievable. Other than that, have a good rest of the week, guys. Till next time. Peace.